Alright, what's up guys? Um, Live here, I'm going to do some DraftKings picks for Pebble Beach for the PGA contest coming up. So this is the new YouTube live feature that you can do on your phone or your iPad, and it's kind of like Periscope where the questions come up on the screen. So I'll try to fell off my stand there. I'll try to watch the comments after. I'm gonna run through some picks first, and then I'll kind of look for the questions or comments coming through. So the first guy that I have listed here, Phil Mickelson, 9,300. Looking at his course history here, second last year, could have forced a playoff with, I don't know how long of a putt, but it was a makeable putt, and he came in second. He had 19th before that, 60th, but then he won it back in 2012, finished 9th in 2011, 3rd in 2010. So he loves these courses, and he's done well here. And if you look at his recent form, 16th last week, he had a couple good rounds, fell apart in the back nine on Sunday in Phoenix there. Finished 16th, 14th at the Farmers the week before. So he's got pretty good form, 21st and 8th, 22nd, 24th before that. So Phil Mickelson's in great form, probably a popular pick, but someone I'll be on at 9,300. Next up, JB Holmes, he's listed at 7,400, 11th last year, 10th the year before here. And looking at his game log, nothing crazy good, but pretty decent overall. 24th his last time out in Phoenix. Before that, the Farmers, 33rd. HSBC Champions Tournament, 35th, 27th, 4th at the BMW. So not great recent form, but the last 2 years he's finished 11th or better at Pebble Beach. So JB Holmes at 7,400 is my next pick. My third pick, Sean O'Hare, he's 7,300. Decent course history. He's got a 12th place, he's got a 16th place finish, but nothing special. Usually pretty average finishes, but he's made a lot of cuts here. Last year finished 35th, and his recent form has been great. Last week at the Phoenix Open, nothing special, 47th, but before that, 9th at the Career Builder, 11th at the Sony Open in Hawaii, and 10th at the Shriners Hospital for Children Open back in November. I believe that was November. Looks like it. So overall, pretty good recent form for Sean O'Hare, and decent course history. So for the price, 7,300, I like him. And then my fourth pick is going to be Matt Kuchar, 8,600. He's coming off a 9th at the Phoenix Open. Kind of didn't do too much on Sunday. I thought he was going to maybe contend on Sunday. Finished 9th, put up 90 DraftKings points. So pretty solid week for him. I forget what his price. He was, I think, maybe 7,500. He's up to 8,600. Still think it's too cheap. Before that, he did have a missed cut, but prior to that, 21st, missed cut, 15th, 4th. So he's been pretty good overall lately. I know he kind of skipped a couple tournaments there, but he's back, and I think he's going to be a good play this week. He finished, it looks like he hasn't been here since 2010. I'm not sure why, I just didn't include it in his tournaments played. But 2010, he finished 6th. He withdrew. I'm getting a little bit of different data here. So it's saying that he withdrew in 2010 and 6th in 2010. So I'll have to check into that a little more. But 14th in 2009, 34th in 2008. I just think he's underpriced at 8,600. So those are my four picks. Phil Mickelson, 9,300. Matt Kuchar, 8,600. Sean O'Hare, 7,300. And JB Holmes, 7,400. So if you guys have any questions about other golfers, let me know. Let me know that you guys can hear me too. I've only seen a couple comments come in. I'm testing this out on my iPad today. I did it on my Samsung phone. So if you guys have any questions for any other golfers or certain golfers in certain ranges or anything, let me know. Loud and clear? Okay, sweet. Love the NBA sleepers. I haven't checked on Alex's NBA sleepers. I was away from the computer at 7 p.m., so I couldn't play any NBA tonight. Will the weather be a big issue this week? Yeah, it's something to watch, but it's going to be kind of tough because there's 3 courses in the rotation. So the golfers, I think, will be going off within like maybe a 2 to 3 hour range at the different courses. So it's not like one wave's gonna get the advantage there. They're mostly gonna be playing through the same weather, but definitely something to look into. Flat 6 to 8K or go scrub. So you're looking for someone under 8K. I already talked about Sean O'Hare, 7,300. JB Holmes, 7,400. Let's see if I can find another cheap guy. Shane Lowry at 7,000, going to be very popular, but he should be priced around 8,500. So I think he's a great play. Jim Furyk, I haven't looked into him too much. So these were kind of my initial first plays that I really liked. So I still haven't dug deep into a lot of the players, but I know Jim Furyk, I believe he was underpriced and someone I'll be looking into. Let me just check. I'm on Fantasy Labs here on my computer next to my iPad here. Furyk finished 7th his last time out here. Didn't play last year, but 7th the 2015. He's coming off a 6th place finish in his last tournament. So someone that I'll definitely be looking at. Someone sweating NBA DK. Good luck to you. Someone else said Jim Furyk. Just talked about him. I'd have to look into him a little more, but 7,500 is definitely too cheap for him. Given this field, I thought he'd be priced closer to 8,000 at least, maybe 8,500. So someone I'll be looking at for sure. New website looks and feels great. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's a big improvement over the old one. Jason Day, 11,600. So he's one of the high-priced guys. Let's see how he compares here. So we got Spieth up top, Dustin Johnson, Jason Day, and Snedeker. I think all 4 of those players make great plays. It's probably just picking, maybe, depending on how many lineups you do, but maybe picking 1 or 2 of those guys. I'll be looking at Dustin Johnson. He's won here twice. Didn't finish great last year, 41st, but he's won here twice way back. And I finished 4th in 2015, 2nd in 2014. So I think I would be leaning towards maybe Dustin Johnson and Spieth out of those 4 guys. I think I would go Snedeker next and Jason Day 4th out of those guys that are 5 figures. But I'm still kind of researching, so I'm not set on that. I still haven't decided on those high price guys. Patrick Reed is someone I'll definitely be playing. I think he's underpriced at 8,300. He didn't have a great tournament last week. He ended up finishing 68th, but he was looking good at times. And before that, he'd finished 12th and 6th. And then his course history here, he finished 6th last year, 29th the year before, 13th in 2014, and 7th in 2013. So Patrick Reed, again, is another guy who's underpriced. Will probably be popular because of that price, 8,300. But again, there's a lot of guys kind of in that range. I like JB Holmes at 8,400, who I talked about. Kuchar's 8,600. Webb Simpson's probably worth a look. He was in the playoff last week. He's 8,200. I don't mind Finau at 81. Woodland at 8,000. So there's a lot of guys in that range. I think it might be a good week to maybe go with one of the 5-figure guys. So maybe you throw like a Jordan Spieth in and then try to get like 3 or 4 of these 8K guys into your lineup and then maybe 1 scrub. But with the pricing, the cheapest guy this week is 6,400. So it's a little different than last year where we had some 5K golfers we could take. Are your picks on your website? So my golf picks aren't. I just gave them out in the video. If you didn't see the 4 guys I mentioned, this will be on my YouTube channel after this live stream. But let's see if Alex has his picks up. I know Jeff has his picks up. He got his picks up late last night or early this morning. So he's got some Pebble Beach picks. We have Keegan, who just uploaded his betting picks. So those are, you can kind of use those for DraftKings if you want, but they're more for betting. And then Alex will be uploading his sleeper picks hopefully tonight. So we'll have 3 Pebble Beach articles at the Sports Geek. So definitely check those out. What do I think about DJ? Just talked about him. If you didn't see, just make sure you rewatch the stream afterwards. How do I feel about Lefty? So I talked about him. He's one of the 4 guys I picked. So Mickelson might be my favorite play at 9,300. If you're just joining us, my 4 picks this week for the video: Mickelson, Kuchar, O'Hare, and Holmes. Do I ever post soccer DFS? No, it's something we might look into if the contests get bigger. and I'll have to find someone that covers soccer, but that's something we'll look into. I try to focus mainly on the main sports, especially for the DraftKings articles, the sports that are getting the big contest and that a lot of people are looking for information for. So we're getting up to 10 minutes here. I don't want to run this on too long, maybe a couple more questions. How do I feel about Rose? Rose is a guy I should mention. I was looking at him and he's 9,200. So I almost like Rose. I almost like Rose and Mickelson as much as the 5-figure guys. So I might be putting together a lineup that kind of starts with Mickelson and Rose, and then let me lock that in. I'm on Fantasy Labs here. So if I lock in Rose and Mickelson, you're left with 7,800 for your other golfers. So then you can fit in guys like Patrick Reed, JB Holmes, Matt Kuchar, and put together a pretty good lineup that way. But then you're left with 62 for your last guy if you did those 5. So pricing's pretty tough with the minimum price being 6,400. So that wouldn't work. I'd have to take out one of these 8K guys and do a couple guys 7K, but you could go with Shane Lowry at 7K, save some money. So there's a lot of ways to build lineups this week, but yeah, Justin Rose at 9,200 I think is a discount for sure. So I'm going to wrap it up there. I don't want this to go too long, so I'm going to leave this uploaded on my YouTube channel. So lastly, I'll just go over the picks again. Mickelson 9,300, Kuchar 8,600, O'Hare 7,300, JB Holmes 7,400. And then make sure you're checking out the picks at thesportsgeek.com. We're going to have 3 articles up there this week for the golf. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Hopefully do this every week if you guys enjoy it. If you do like it, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and let me know. All right, talk to you later, guys.